Hi, Greg Kail here, AWWA's Director of Communications. I'm with Tracy Mehan, the Executive Director of AWWA's Government Affairs Office. Tracy, I know it was a long election night, so thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Good to be here.
Yeah. So as we sit here, we still don't have a certainty on who's going to be the next president, but maybe you could give us some observations about what a second President Trump term would look like as opposed to a first-term President Biden for the water sector.
Sure. Well, I think certainly with President Trump, he'll continue his deregulatory or regulatory reform effort, although that still will not necessarily mean the end of safe drinking water regulations, especially on PFAS. I do think with President Biden, you'll see a very big uptick in regulation across the board, including safe drinking water. And you'll even see a movement towards the House majority position on regulating a much larger grouping, if not the whole class of PFAS compounds, maybe even a pullback and a rewrite of the lead and copper rule. We still expect to see that from the Trump administration. But the big enchilada, whether it's in the House, the Senate, or the White House, will be to the extent the Democrats establish themselves politically in these various bodies, there's going to be a big push to rewrite or at least amend the Safe Drinking Water Act to maybe pick up the pace of regulation, maybe less emphasis on getting all the science and the data that we would like to see normally included in that effort, as well as addressing some concerns that some people have with benefit cost analysis.
So we know that the House is going to be retained by the Democrats. The Senate, it seems as if the GOP is likely to remain in control of that, but we don't know that for sure. Maybe a couple observations about the difference in a GOP-controlled Senate versus a Democrat-controlled Senate.
Certainly, the Senate run by the Republicans will be a more tempered body in the sense of maybe a little more restraint on spending and some restraint on regulation. But on an issue like PFAS, you see bipartisan interest in that issue. In fact, the next Republican senator in line to be chair of the Senate Environment and Public Works, Senator Capito, comes from West Virginia, where PFAS is a big issue, and she's been very interested in it. So it's sometimes dangerous to indulge in stereotypes on what a Democrat or Republican does, but generally, I think if the Democrats were in control of the Senate, you'd see a much increased pace of legislation and regulation in the safe drinking water
area. Well, there's a lot more to be decided before the end of the week, so I'm looking forward to hearing from you a little bit more on this. I know that AWWA has already sent out a analysis to its utility members. I'm sure there'll be more of that coming. So thanks very much, Tracy, and thanks for joining me on such after what was obviously a late night.
Thank you. Good to be with you.